Hi, this is Vanessa Blay again, and this is the Market Research Resources and Strategies video. In this video, we're going to learn how to do market research for creating our product, writing our copy, and, well, driving traffic to our copy to sell our product. This also works for blogs. It works for building pretty much any online community. All of your market research will play into the various things that you have to do to run your business, aside from just writing copy for your product. So this is actually going to be a pretty robust video, so bear with me because it might take a little while, but I'm going to try to go through it as quickly as possible. Now, over here on the left, well, what we're using here is an online app called Padlet.com. That's Padlet.com. And what I like about Padlet is that I can pretty much click, write something in here, and let's see, I'll just write my name. And then when I click out of it, I can move it around, and I can put notes in it. I can, put links in it. I can upload a file to it. I can even take a photo from the webcam from it. So there's lots of stuff I can do, so I can move everything around and make a mind map without having to define parents and children. And let me get rid of that. So as you can see, starting over here from the left, what we have is where we're going to start. And this I would actually move over just a little bit like that, and probably that like that. And you'll see why in just a second. Now, if I wanted to make this more of a mind map, I would probably bring this into an image program and start drawing lines and using arrows and writing steps, because it's, again, and it's like copy. It's not really a linear process. It's a lot of back and forth and switching between one thing and another, and you'll see what I mean in a minute here. So right here, we would imagine that we'd start with Google, and if we clicked on this, it would open up Google, and here are the search strings. So just for the sake of this video, we'll say that we're going to be looking at the credit repair market. So we'll go over to Google, and let me just type Google in up here. There we go. And we'll go back and take a look at this again. Wrong one. Okay. And what we want is our market and niche, plus the word blog, plus the word forums, plus the word podcast. So let's just do credit repair blogs. Okay, here's the top 10 list. Here's tips. This is a blog. That's Experian. May or may not take that. What we would do is we would start by clicking on these links, and then we would just take the URLs of each site and we would put them into our spreadsheet, which I don't think I put in here, did I? Or maybe I did. No, I did not. Okay, this would open up this spreadsheet. Here it is. Add to the Google Doc. Okay, now I made a Google Doc for this, so this is a blog. I want to skip that tour. Seems this is just an iframe. I won't be able to do it in here. Okay, so never mind that. We'll close that out. But that's what the spreadsheet would look like. So once I open it, which doesn't want to let me do now, I would have just pasted that URL in there. And then I would have done this with the top 10 to 200 blogs that I would find in Google. And you don't even have to do all 10 because there's so much more that we're going to be looking at. Because then you'll also do forums. And when you click on this, now it doesn't want to open. I don't know why. Okay. There we go. Now it's opening again. You'll see that you have blogs, you have forums, you have the podcast, you have the Facebook pages, you have the groups, you have the YouTube channel, the Google Plus pages, the Google Plus communities, the Twitter accounts, and the LinkedIn profiles. So you'll just start, you'll search for the blogs and you'll put in URLs of the blogs. Then you'll search for the forums, put in URLs of the forums you find. Put in URLs for the podcast you find. put in URLs for the Facebook pages and the groups and the YouTube channels, etc., until you have this filled out with at least 200 of each different type of medium in this spreadsheet. And it doesn't all have to come from Google. As I said, we have a list here of some epic market research resource tools that you can use. Let me see if that one will open. It should. There we go. This is a PDF on my site, which I'll make sure you get the link to. We're going to go over Alexa and Quanticast in just a second and similar sites. But as you can see here, you can go to blog directories. So you could go to this directory and you could type, you could look for whatever market you happen to be in. Let's see, mine would probably be personal finance would be the broadest one. Let's see if there's anything on debt. No, there's no debt. So was there credit repair? Nope. So let's go down to the P's and find personal finance. Personal. No, let me look at the F's for finance, just finance. Future. Ah, there we go, finance business. So here's finance. This would probably be closer to personal finance. So I could go and I could click on that. And here we go. I can find a bunch more blogs. And I could view their details, copy their URLs back into my spreadsheet. And let's go back. And this list here has finding blogs, finding social bookmarks, on social bookmarking sites related, finding podcasts, and finding videos, plus some useful tools for finding Twitter accounts. So that is another place where you could be using to fill in this spreadsheet that we will be using. Once you have a good list, you can take all of the URLs you find and first bring them over to Alexa. And the reason for doing that is, let me just show you if it'll work in here. We'll have to check. All right, it doesn't look like it's working quickly enough, so let me just go over to Alexa and I will show you. Alexa.com. And let me put in a credit repair site. That's a top 10, so I don't want that because it's not necessarily credit repair. Here, Key Credit Repair looks like a good site. And give it a second to open. I have about 5,000 tabs open right now. So we'll plug that into Alexa. And we'll find. I'm not sure you can see that. Can you see it? I put it in right here, just in case you couldn't. Okay, so we see global rank. We see some demographics here. We see some keywords. Okay, those will also be keywords we could use to do more searching in Google for more blogs that might be ranking for those keywords. If you're going to be using SEO to drive any traffic. But the purpose that we're looking for is to read these blogs, because we want to read not only what the content says, but we want to look for blogs that have strong communities where people are leaving comments, Facebook pages, Twitter accounts, where people are forums, where people are discussing whatever your subject is, so we can get to know them, so we can hear how they talk, the jargon they use, the slang, the acronyms, what their emotions are, how they feel, their buzzwords, what they're lacking, they find lacking in other products that possibly yours could solve for them, what problems they have that they want solved. Sites related, see, this doesn't tell us any sites related here, but if there were, we would have more sites we could add to our list. Okay, and then when we go to Quanticast, which, let's check on this really quickly. Move this back over. We'll close that. There we go. After Alexa, we go into Quanticast. Quanticast will also give us other similar sites. They'll also give us demographics. So you want to note the demographics, so because you want to look for the patterns. One site may have demographics that are between the ages of 35 and 45. The other site may say their demographics are 35 to 65. So you want to make sure you're going all the way out to that 65, and you know, when you're thinking about who it is you're speaking to. Okay, so there you have it. That's the beginning of doing the market research, is to gather all of this data, all of these sites where you can go read, put them all in this spreadsheet. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to organize that data to be able to bring it in to your sales copy and write your sales letter. Okay? And if you have any questions, you know that you can find me at vanessabelay.com. Just opt into the list. Right now the site's still in pre-launch, so opt in to get notified when the blog goes live. And then if you have any questions, reply to the welcome email that you'll get from me and ask me your question, and I'll respond to it. Or you can go search Facebook for Zen Copywriting, the Z-E-N Copywriting, and join the Zen Copywriting group and ask any of your questions in there. Okay, thanks. This has been Vanessa Belay.